welcome to Let's Drone Out. I am Andrew, and I'm having a little bit of a pre-recording session here with Chris G.
Hello.
One of our long-term listeners, and definitely very loyal to us. I've met him a couple of times at various events, and in fact one of those events was Queen's Cup. That was at Popham Airfield, and last weekend, Chris, you were part of an event there with the drone zone that's happening there, I believe.
Yes, that's right. So, yeah, as you said, we had the Queen's Cup down there a little while ago now. I think it was at the end of July. And that went very well. Mike, the airfield manager, and the rest of the team there, they were very impressed with like rotor racing and how they ran it. So they're quite interested in going forward, keeping Popham as a kind of permanent FPV venue. So last Saturday they had their first open day down there, and yeah, it was basically to attract people into the new club that they're forming down there, where you can just pay an annual membership and get access to one of the, or if not the first permanent FPV racing track in the UK. As it turned out, though, it was quite a bit of a washout on Saturday. That was the weather was the one thing we couldn't do anything about. But even so, we did manage to get a few guys coming down, very enthusiastic guys. And at one point, we even had enough people so that we couldn't race everyone together at the same time. So at that point, I thought we'd been pretty successful, considering.
So how many pilots was that then? So it must have been
9.
9 pilots. So you were running 8 at a time, or how many were you running at a time?
Well, we had everyone on race band, so that was 8 pilots, but we were actually running it as 4 pilots at a time. So we had like the even race band numbers and the odd race band numbers. So like heat 1, heat 2, and then it would cycle back and so on.
Were there any big names there, or like any people stand out in particular?
There was, I think, I mean, we really aimed it at more of a beginner target audience, and we kind of attracted sort of beginner to middle kind of experienced people. So yeah, there wasn't like Steele or anyone just suddenly coming down from America. But it was just nice to sort of put some feelers out there and gauge some interest for the club, and having like a permanent like bona fide place to race.
And do you have like the course set up like it was at Queen's Cup with a load of gates, or how was it? Just the fenced off area?
Yeah, it's in the fenced off area still. So if anyone's come down to the Queen's Cup, they'll know the area that we're doing it in is exactly the same. The fencing staying up permanently now, and the track design itself, I mean, that had all been long taken down, so we were putting it back up again. But with like sort of more beginners in mind, it was a very complicated track at Queen's Cup, so we simplified it a bit, and we took out a few sections, but broadly it was pretty similar to the Queen's Cup track. We just made it a bit more kind of like fast and flowing. Like there was a slalom at one point, which I remember when I was flying there, it really kind of slowed you down and broke up the track. I mean, a lot of the more pro guys really liked it, but I felt it might have been a bit much for like the beginners, so we just turned that into a straight.
Yeah, because I'm sure there's a lot of guys there that have never even flown through a gate before, so nice to have it, relatively easy, and it just means that presumably if people are getting really good at it, they just go around really fast. Yeah,
basically. I mean, we've always got the option of modifying the track, and we were looking for feedback, and out of the guys who came, they were giving us very good feedback about it. There is actually a video. I've done a little fly through of it myself on YouTube. I don't know.
And what's the YouTube channel to see that on?
You'll never remember it. It's just a load of letters. It's NOL SMTM. It's a channel I've just had for years, and I probably should change it. It's from back in the days where you tried to make a YouTube channel and you type in all kinds of names under the sun, and they'd say, "Oh, username taken," and then in the end I was just like, whatever, I'm just going to do a load of letters. But it's
okay, but it'll be
Facebook,
up somewhere. Otherwise, on Facebook, you're Chris G FPV.
Yeah.
People can find you that way. I'm sure you'll link to stuff there. In your profile picture, it's still at the moment, it's the drone zone information up there. So, have you got another event planned? Because we've got 2 weeks until the British Championships, 1st and 2nd of October. So, have you got any time before then for people to go and hone their skills? If there's any decent weather between now and then?
We haven't got anything specifically planned before then, because it was more the case that the open day that we've just had was advertised as practice for the nationals, but we should hopefully have something at least one day coming up in October. But the real aim of the club is to people can pay a membership, and then they can go and fly down there at certain times at the weekend. Going forward, so it will end up being like for if you want to go and just have a casual event rather than a proper sort of race where you're stressed out, but you still want that kind of level of organisation like you get in a race, then that should become quite a frequent thing. So people that are interested, whereabouts is it, and how can people get in touch and find more about joining and when they can go along and that sort of thing? Okay, it's near Winchester. I mean, it's quite easy for me to get to because I just go down the M3 to it. But it's I'm trying to think how to describe where it is. It's
if we just say it's Popham Airfield near Winchester, that'll do.
Yeah.
And they can get hold of you. They can get hold of you through Facebook. But is there anywhere else, sort of a website for the drone zone to sign up or anything, or who does they get in touch with about signing up?
So at the moment we're still working on that. I mean the best thing to do at the moment is just to give me a message on Facebook. If you're wondering anything about it, until everything gets set up, which should be quite soon. But there is also the Popham Airfield's own website that has a bit about the existing model flying club that's down there as well, because they also have a line of sight model flying club down there. And the drone zone is going to become part of that same thing. So, if you're a member of that club, then you're a member of the FPV club as well. So you're starting to get better value for money, basically. We've already
I see there's also an email address here, pophamirfield@btconnect.com, with drone zone in the subject.
Yes.
If you fire off an email there.
Yes.
If you don't have Facebook, then that's how people can get in touch, I guess.
Yes. And also there's the website quad.club, which is kwad.club. Literally just that, because the team of people who are involved in developing this place is me, and also Adam and John from Quad Club, that are a BMFA affiliated club based in Farnborough. I'm surprised I didn't actually know about them to begin with, but I've been working with them on the open day, and we'll be going forward as well. So yeah, if you don't have Facebook, that's another place you can go, quad.club.
Brilliant.
And they should have some information on there pretty soon.
Yeah. Great. Thank you very much. Hopefully now I will be passing over to the rest of the Let's Drone Out crew talking to Steel. So let's go over and see if it's worked.